Hello and welcome back to the Sloppyworld podcast. It's me, your host, Paul, aka Master Walrus 9, here with my two wonderful guests today. I've got my good friends, SirFluffy9. Would you like to introduce yourself?
No.
All right, perfect.
No. Hi, I'm Sir Fluffy the Ninth. I have a Twitch channel where I say stupid things and play games that no one watches, but I have fun. I also have a YouTube channel that I'll upload to like once every 9 months when I have the time to do so. There's other stuff about me we could get to that some other time. There's another guy here.
There is another guy here. I have actually captured two people, and this one's a recurring one. He was not let out of my basement from the last time. It's your boy, Sir Shabby.
That's a great introduction into the microphone.
I was gonna wait till we started. I haven't started my stream yet, but yeah, it's me, Shabby, I guess. Fuck.
Fuck, I guess I should have waited a while.
That's real. And here Shabby just introduces himself with tuberculosis noises.
That's called the Arthur Morgan special.
Spoilers, oh my god.
And for those who are watching the podcast on YouTube, which at this moment is the current only form to watch it on, you might notice that there's this white screen right here. This is called the Magma software. Me and Sir Shabby are going to be drawing some pictures as we go through and enjoying our time here.
Get a proper mood setter first.
I'm currently just chilling and listening to Persona 4 OST while we're hanging out here.
Yeah. Now, Fluffy, you say you stream games. What's some games you've been playing recently?
Well, on Friday nights, I do D&D with a group that I've been friends with for 4 years now. We've got 3 separate campaigns. One that I DM, which I haven't gotten around to DMing in a hot minute. Need to put together some more campaign, and man, it's hard to find the time to do so, but that'll happen eventually. But yeah, that's Friday nights, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Saturdays, I play dumb stuff with my homie Blaze Carmichael. Who whenever I mentioned, I was like, I gotta go. I'm doing a thing with Shabby Walrus. He's like, what? Thanks for inviting me. I'm like, it wasn't mine to invite you to. He's like, yeah, thanks for inviting me. He just kept saying it. I'm like, motherfucker, this isn't my thing. It was funny.
No, I definitely want to have Blaze on in the future.
Oh, he's got stories upon stories. But yeah, that's Saturday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard. Also currently doing a Pokemon Crystal Clear Soul Link Nuzlocke that has been crushing and brutal with one of my best friends. I think she has a Twitch channel. I don't remember her username though. I'll have to ask. But yeah, that's what I do on Twitch. On YouTube, I've got some of the old D&D VODs uploaded that I'm trying to upload more of. I also once upon a time used to do anime reviews and critiques, but I just don't have the time for it anymore.
JoJo's Part 1, Part 2.
Yeah. That's like halfway done being edited, but I haven't touched that in like, I want to say like 3 years. I don't know if or ever I'll get around to it. I'm just so busy with all the shit that I do these days. I've got a lot of irons in the fire and not enough time to take one out.
No, I feel that, man. I feel that. It has been very busy times.
Absolutely. The biggest priority is like, hey, I gotta survive. So my job comes first, unfortunately. So that eats up a lot of my time. But anywho, let's are we gonna move on to Shabby now?
Yeah, let's talk about Shabby. Shabby, yeah, feel free to reintroduce yourself to anyone who might be viewing this as the first episode, and Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I would, but I don't know why my pen's not showing.
Is it on like white or whatever? Like, do you have white ink or whatever?
I shouldn't. I changed it.
Mm.
Unless it's. Oh, I don't know why it doesn't let me change, but okay. Like I've literally just kept alternating between my white and my other color.
Yeah. What if we made it like a brown background?
Oh, what the?
Oh shit! That's not an undo button. There we go. That's a tilt button.
I guess I know now.
Yeah, but tell us a little bit about yourself, Shabster. Always love learning more about you.
Still in the progress of animating that one pilot from last time, but it's been uneventful since then.
Yeah. Well, you're a busy guy, man. You're taking college classes at the moment. That correct?
Yeah, which I just now finished paying off for the semester at least.
Yeah. And what are you taking college classes in?
Graphic design and advertisement.
Oh, that's a great one. My mother actually majored in graphic design. She works at a newspaper for that purpose. And
Yeah,
Fluffy, you went to college, correct?
I did. As a matter of fact, I went to. I don't give a shit if I dox myself here. I went to. It's a community college. I went to Chattanooga State Community College. I got like 3/4 of a way through an associate's in theater arts, and all of a sudden Tennessee's like, yeah, we're not going to give you money for this shit anymore, so suck my cock. I'm like, okay, cool. But I did finish a professional actors training certificate in a pretty good program. Actually, it was weirdly cheap for how good of a program it was. I don't know if I'll be honest, I don't know if they're alive anymore because I haven't seen them in like 2 or 3 years. But and they've retired from teaching it. But Rex Knowles and Sherry Landrum, a wonderful couple, incredible people, taught the classes along with a couple other professors. But they were the people that taught me how to act on a stage, not behaviorally. They're very much free spirits as long as you're not like derogatory, racist, hateful piece of shit. They're pretty chill with whatever. But yeah, I met a lot of interesting characters there. Myself being a mildly interesting character. But yeah, that was great. I've technically made money off of that. As I have been an actor that's been paid for things, but it was at a amusement park isn't the right word. It is a tourist attraction.
Like a theme park?
Theme park kind of. Shabby, you might have heard of this place. Hell, Walrus, you might have. If Walrus, you've been to Chattanooga, haven't you?
Yeah, I've been Chattanooga, Tennessee,
Okay.
Knoxville, all that stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I did. I had a couple acting gigs at Rock City on top of Lookout Mountain for a couple of events, and they used to invite me to come act for them, and then one year they just straight up didn't, and I was like, all right, well, nuts to them then. Fuck them. I only made like fucking $90 a paycheck off their bitch asses anyway, and I
Yeah.
remember I didn't have a super great experience with the company itself. They were very passive aggressive with how they treated their employees. But they've probably changed management since then. That was, oh God, 7 years ago now. Yeah, it's been a hot minute. I've had other odd-end jobs. I'm currently been over 6 years with this one company that I've been with, and I make enough money to survive. And Yay!
Yeah.
I would like to entertain for a living. I really would, but I don't have mommy and daddy paying for all my shit while I throw myself at acting gigs. So, bills and food come first.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
That's
But,
life.
but I do get my taste of entertaining the masses with negative two people that come watch my streams, or I'll tag along for some silly stuff with Shabby, which has always been fun.
Mm-hmm.
Shabby, how long have we been friends? We've known each other since God, I want to say 2017, right?
I don't even remember actually.
It was from
That's like
it,
the consensus was it was after Harambe.
that I know that much. Yes.
Before Pokemon, or around maybe after Pokemon Sun and Moon.
Oh, I thought you were about to say Pokemon Go, because Pokemon Go was shortly after the death of Harambe.
Sun and Moon also came out that same year.
I love that this is how we measure our fucking Gen Z timeline. Fucking 9/11, skip a few, death of Harambe. Somewhere in the middle there was a recession or whatever. I don't fucking know. That's my history class.
1, 2, skip a few, 9/11 Harambe.
Mm-hmm. And there you go.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I knew you around same time. I think I found you in middle school, Fluffy. It was like 2016 or something like that.
Wow. Yes, I get. Damn, I guess it would be, because when I made my iFunny account, that was like 2015 or 16.
Oh wait, no one cares about that rule anymore.
No one gives a shit. Everyone knows it's a fucking cesspool.
Yeah.
I'll occasionally go back in. I'm like, haha, that's a funny cat video. And I scroll one thing over, and it's just like, oh, uh, there's this gentleman doing this thing, and then I just scroll down below, and it's just the most racist shit I've ever seen. Enough to make a Klansman blush. Holy Christ! All right, I'm gonna close the app for a while.
Yeah.
However, silver lining, BigDigBitch.com.
Oh, true. Come on in and all that.
Yeah, no, that is true. I will say, no, I mean, what the fuck was I gonna say? No,
the only thing I'll say about that is just that I'm impressed that place still exists.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not the same thing.
I would have assumed like it would have just gotten shut down.
I feel like I feel like it's so if Tumblr is like a majority moderate to far left leaning, I feel like iFunny's the antithesis to that.
Yeah.
Honestly, a vast majority anyway, moderate right to far right, I'd say.
Mm-hmm. No, I think that's fairly true. Speaking of, it's very interesting with Facebook, because a lot of people pose Facebook as like a very far right or far left or whatever. My opinion of Facebook is that it's the algorithm is specifically designed to make you mad and show you the worst content ever.
Yeah, it's engagement bait, right? It gets more clicks and gets more people traffic, and that's how people see more ads. That's how Facebook makes more money. So that makes sense. That makes sense.
And have you heard about what's been happening with what's it called? Instagram recently. Reels.
No. What about Reels?
Instagram Reels has been going under a bit of a weird phase at this moment, because everyone knows that you could go through Instagram, and if your content is specialized towards you, you'll eventually see like people dying and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Or
that's cool.
like
So
the
it's got
weird
sort
stuff.
of a TikTok problem,
where
you just like keep going. Oh, snuff.
Yeah. But recently it's been out of control. Apparently, I don't go through Instagram too often, but like everything you've been seeing has been like hugely disgusting stuff and like people dying and whatnot. And what people are theorizing is that the algorithm is broken because they're they're trying to change stuff up because of the potential TikTok ban.
So they had to make sure and get all the fucking live leak content over there to appeal to the TikTok crowd. Got it.
Yeah.
You know, fucking videos of fucking like the literal children twerking, and then a man getting accordioned by an elevator shaft where the cable breaks. That's cool.
Mm-hmm. I normally don't see stuff like that myself, but I did see someone get hit by a truck at a high speed on Instagram the other day.
Oh,
I was like, oh,
wow.
This is like my first one I've seen. This is special.
Hooray.
Well, coincidentally, I just decided to like delete my Instagram page after a long time during like the whole big scare of TikTok ban.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like it literally serves no other purpose.
Yeah.
I do have a Instagram account, and I used it to like put up sneak peeks and trailers for my YouTube channel, but obviously since I'm not using that anymore, I've let that fall to the wayside as well. But you know,
Yeah.
under the same name, SirFluffyIX, or the ninth, if you know what Roman numerals are.
So Fluffy, you've been playing a lot of Tokyo Extreme Racer recently?
I have a question. Am I allowed to make slight jokes about my slight autistic tendencies?
Go ahead. Dude, I'm autistic
Okay.
as fuck.
Okay,
Dude,
cool.
I'm a high school math teacher. You don't get that way without being autistic.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I've been enjoying my fuel towards my cartisms. Another thing about me, one of the many irons in the fire, I've got a project car that is currently, uh, uh, it went up, quite literally went up in smoke a few years ago, from me trying to fix it myself. But yeah, I've got a Lexus SC400, so
Ooh.
yeah, she'd be doing great if she didn't literally catch fire. But it was probably as minor of a fire as you could get, which is hilarious to say. But there's a lot of wires and sensors that need to be replaced as a result. But the engine itself is mostly intact. Uh, yeah, I've had a passion for cars for. It's weird. I had a slight passion for cars with NASCAR as a little baby lad, and then I fell out of that somewhere in like 9 to 10 years old, and then I grew back into my love for cars right after high school, which is really funny, considering I didn't get my license at 16. This you're probably gonna laugh at this one. I was really scared of driving at one time, and it took me a long time to figure out why I was so scared of driving. And as it turned out, I had a weirdly traumatic experience with driving as a child because uh, at a birthday party, one of my birthday parties at an arcade, there's like a go-kart track out in the back. And I almost really hurt one of the workers there because I didn't realize how to make it stop and make it go. And I just like fucking just ran straight fucking into him with it, and like took his legs out from under him and everything. I was like 12 and it freaked me the fuck out.
Oh, I bet.
But yeah.
No,
So that was an incredibly long tangent to say that yes, I've been enjoying the crap out of Tokyo Extreme Racer. It's a very for early access, it's a very good early access game.
Yeah. No, I don't blame you in that regard at all, because Shabby, you might remember the guy I had you with a few weeks ago, Turner Plays Overwatch, or Turner Plays or whatever. He doesn't drive. He's a bit older than me, but he doesn't have his license because he just has a super big fear of driving.
I see that being common as like more with this generation, despite me being part of it, but like I'm not really sure why.
Yeah, I get that. I mean, as a person who drives a lot, The one thing I will absolutely justify is that there's a lot of people who have their license that should not have their license.
Fucking agreed, dog. Holy shit.
And when I started driving, I don't have this fear much anymore, but when I started driving, I did have an irrational fear of driving over bridges.
Interesting.
There was just something about it. I was like, this is the time. This is gonna be what happens. The bridge is gonna collapse. I'm going down.
This is the one.
And I think a big portion of it is because I am stingy as all hell. I love money. I'm like almost a Scrooge McDuck, except I don't have money. I don't have the money. I just love it. But
Oddly relatable.
I wasn't scared of dying in a bridge collapse. I was scared of losing the car and like all the money I invested into it.
That's
It's like, okay, bridge collapses. I might be hurt, but I can swim out.
true.
Worst case, it's winter. I'm cold. I'll get it figured out. But the car's gonna be stuck there, and then it's gonna be flooded. I'm gonna have to pay for repairs, and my insurance is gonna go up. I'm like, oh fuck,
Dude, insurance is insurance in general is a goddamn scam.
Oh yeah.
You pay these people just in case, and they're like, "Oh, now we have to pay you." Well, you have to jump through all these hoops, and just because we really, really, really don't want to pay you because you gave us all this money, and
we
didn't think we'd have to give some of it back, and that really sucks for us. We thought you just wanted to give us money because we're your best friend or whatever. But yeah, sure, we'll help you out, you fucking dick. Thanks for catching your car on fire or throwing it off a bridge or whatever.
No, speaking about cheating cheap as fuck, I don't buy a game unless it's like $20 or less. I cannot think of the last time I've bought a game at full price.
Being devil's advocate, there are very few games that come out these days that are worth more than $20. Sorry, there's just so many that are rushed bullshit that are they're polished and pretty turds, but man, they're turds.
Yeah.
I don't blame you in that regard.
You know what I miss so much from old games that you don't see anymore? And granted, I play PC, so I'm not buying physical copies of games, but when I was still playing PS4 or the Switch or whenever I get games for those, you don't see it. And the one thing you don't see that I feel is such a big loss is manuals.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I was one of the kids that actually enjoyed sitting there and reading through the manuals, not to like learn about the game, but more or less just because I enjoyed the art.
Yeah.
And just some of just some of that stuff.
I remember getting Guitar Hero 2 or 3 or some Guitar Hero game, and just being in the car while my dad drives home and waiting like, damn, I'm gonna play. I fucking love Guitar Hero. I'm so excited to play this, and just reading the
instruction
manual and seeing the songs and all that, and the characters.
That is like, pretty cool.
Oh shoot, Lars is back, and oh, we've got fucking new characters.
Right,
it was cool.
Probably one of the. This is probably just nostalgia, but probably one of the best instructional manuals I've ever seen, and I still have it somewhere. It's partially in pieces, but the original Legend of Zelda, that instruction manual, like the gray brick ass NES Zelda, and I remember it told you the story, and it had all this really 80s ass art of, because that's what it came out of, Link and the shadow of fearful Ganon, and like all these different concept arts to show like, hey, this is what the creators intended for the game to look like in the monsters, but obviously there's only so much detail they have with these 8-bit graphics, and so if you looked at the manual art and everything, it kind of filled in the imaginary the imaginative gaps between what you were seeing and what your brain could be registering it as, you know?
Mm-hmm. No, exactly. And it leaves a lot of interpretation for the fans.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, as well as telling people how to play the game, especially at that time. Mario,
Oh,
dude. Mario, I don't think has any text in it besides like player 1, player 2, and score.
yeah.
Right.
And the princess is in another castle. Go get her fat ass, you know.
Yeah. You don't have these dedicated character introductions like Borderlands versions character introductions for the Goomba. You just like, you got read the instruction, man. You're like, holy shit, that's Jonathan James Goomba.
Oh God, he works at the bank downtown. You just killed him, Mario.
Dude,
No.
Mario's blood is on your hands. But yeah.
I like the blood. It looks like a pasta sauce.
Sometimes they give you little cool stuff like going back to Guitar Hero Free, they gave you little stickers to put on your guitar.
Oh, that's cool.
It was just like it's nice little features like that definitely help make the game more enjoyable. It's more alive.
Mm-hmm.
Getting the new Pokemon game and seeing no manual and just the game. I don't know. I feel like it's me being a boomer-esque and it's of the time or whatever, but it's not the same. It's not the same
I
time.
agree. I agree, and I think a part of that is how a lot of companies are really pushing this idea of, you know, you don't get to physically own the game anymore, and if we just have the rights to take away this game from you now, if we just so deem it to be appropriate, which is it's pretty fucked up. It doesn't feel right, and you know that. I'm going to defend you on the boomer-esque remarks because there is something to being able to hold a physical copy of something. It's like these weird scams that are maybe not even scams, but they're like, oh, you have this deed to this tiny plot of land in Scotland, making you a lord. Okay, but like
established titles.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a complete bullshit.
Yeah,
But
that's kind of what it feels like.
I don't know if I get
was
Irish to say, but there is a viewer asking if this is private, the magma.
What? I don't know if it was private or not. Let's see.
Like, is it just gonna be private for us for this time? I just have someone asking for that.
I personally have no qualms with that. That's up to you guys.
Yeah, I'm gonna make it private for a time, just because I don't know how to.
You know what? That's perfectly understandable.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll take some looks to see what I can do. Admin, maybe I could figure some stuff out to make it on private. But yeah,
I could just post a link on mine and just pin it.
Yeah, that's fair. Feel free to do that.
Yeah.
You know, Zelda was one of those weird games that I never played too much into.
Yeah, right there.
When I got my Wii, it was like 2008 or whatever. It was like one of the first times. But they had Twilight Princess as one of the launch titles.
Yep.
And on the cover is Link and a wolf, and it's dark and it's edgy. And I'm like 6, 7. And I'm not a bad boy. I'm a very good boy. And so
it's me right. I don't want no main wolves in my Zelda.
You got that goddamn wolf off the internet.
I'm working on it.
You do it now.
Do you realize what you've done to Hyrule?
If Ganon finds out you brought this wolf in the house, they're gonna kick us out.
They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that?
They're gonna take the Triforce.
They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you understand that? They're going to take the Triforce. Do you under Oh, that's actually that clip worthy.
That is clip worthy. But
you were saying edgy Twilight Princess.
I was scared. I was wicked scared, and I didn't want to play the game.
Oh,
and we can't
talking about. Sorry,
no,
I
was just saying
ahead,
it came with the Wii, and we have it, and we still have it, and I haven't played it in forever. I like Link's crossbow training because, like, ooh, I'm shooting a crossbow. It's awesome. Until we scratched up the disc, but
that some people kind of shit on Link's crossbow training, but like just as a fun Wii Zapper game, it's pretty good. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and making it Zelda flavored is just appropriate.
Yeah.
Twilight Princess was, even though it does not get much love in the franchise, it is one of my favorites. It's mostly fueled by nostalgia, but I remember there's a magazine that I doubt publishes anymore called GMR Magazine, and it was all about gaming and stuff. And I remember reading articles about the development and everything back in like 2004 and being so hyped as a kid. And then it finally came out, and I remember talking about it with my friends, and it was everything my little tism filled 11-year-old heart could ever hope and dream for. I guess it was 12 actually by then, because I think the Wii release was a little later than the GameCube release.
I'm a real with you, dog. GMR magazine.
Yeah,
I'm looking it up on the Wikipedia. First issue was February 2003. Final issue was February 2005.
Dog, for real?
For real.
Wow.
The last issue was Resident Evil 4.
Oh my God, that's crazy. Because I remember subscribing to them as a kid, and Game Informer, and my dad was just like, it's just video games. What's the harm? And like, I read some raunchy shit in those, but you know what?
You're the man you are today because of it.
Boobs and violence. Feed me more.
For better, but more likely for worse.
Probably, but like at the same time, there's. I'm not saying fucking brain blast your children with fucking snuff films and pornography, but you can't keep them sheltered forever.
Oh, it's a natural progression. I'd rather that than like the TikTok brain rot. You ask a kid.
Christ alive, seriously.
My name is Charmander. What's your name?
I have a lot to say about that sentiment due to the fact that I guess I'm kind of the kid that was sheltered, but then saw that type of stuff, and it's like it made me just want to see it even more.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like in like high school, I've just been all about like slasher movies and stuff, despite being like scared of them back when I was a child. But like,
yeah, no, I feel that, man. I definitely feel that. Shit, sorry, rearranging my back. Yeah, no, dude, what was it I got into? I don't know, I was kind of like very easygoing. King of the Hill is another one that I was scared about because again,
really,
I'm good boy. I'm really good boy. And Cartoon Network gets done 8 o'clock or 10 o'clock, and then
then it's Adult Swim.
Adult Swim's like, holy shit, they got fucking Robot Chicken in that. I've seen clips of Robot
shit
Chicken.
Ever.
I've seen clips of Robot Chicken. I can't watch that. That's not good for me. And he's in with King of the Hill, but it's like, no, if it's on Adult Swim, that can't be good. I know, and I moved to Nickelodeon or whatever.
And it's funny you mention that, because as a child, I remember Adult Swim launching when I was like 5 or 6, and my grandparents being like, you can't watch that, and I would purposefully like stay up past my bedtime, my eyes drooping, trying to stay awake watching Family Guy, not knowing half the fucking sex jokes, but I'm still with it. There's a weird mythos around Adult Swim for me as a child because it's like this strangely forbidden fruit that I'm like indulging in, and like half the fucking shows were dumb as hell, but some were gold, like
Mhm.
fucking um uh, what is it, like 3 ounce mouse or something? That was one of them on there that was like it's some had quality to them, like the quality writing and animation like Family Guy did, and then there are ones that were like look like flash cartoons that someone on 3 tabs of acid made, and they're the episode of the story is that like they go to a donut shop to stop the second coming of Christ or whatever,
Yeah, yeah.
just wild array of goofy shit. And then some of the Adult Swim was anime. That's how I discovered.
Toonami.
Yeah, that's how I discovered Yu Yu Hakusho as a little 5-year-old boyo who was really into it, but also very scared of the show
Mhm.
because I was just a wee baby boy. But goddamn,
No,
good
I get
times.
that. Going like my teenage years, I was a very much like uh metal, like I'll listen to anything with metal in it or whatever.
Hmm.
Just because that was my personality at the time. I still enjoy metal,
Fair.
don't get me wrong, but it's like I enjoy other subjects. Like I used to freak out if I heard Ed Sheeran on the radio. And I still somewhat do
Fair
because he's
enough.
not really that good. But
No, I just, God, what a sexless pale thing. That's the best way I could describe him. This goddamn guitar holding homunculus.
yeah.
Fucking patient zero of co-work music.
Yeah. But no, in high school I watched Metalocalypse, and
Oh fuck yeah!
I had such a good time with that, and I really enjoyed it. It's still arguably one of my top shows, just because it worked so well with its message of here's some dumbasses, watch them have like a ton of money.
And it was fun, and badass music came out of it. I still listen to Thunder Horse on a regular basis when I work out.
And it's an excellent usage of animation for doing what's not realistically possible. Like when you look at animation, if it can't be reasonably done in real life, especially like without CGI, then that's a perfect time for animation. I like, don't get me wrong, I love slice of life. King of the Hill, huge fan of King of the Hill nowadays. I've gone past my fears, my traumas. But I mean,
you're a man now, Walrus.
King of the Hill is still slice of life, is essentially as slice of life as you can get for an American show. But
I see your King of the Hill as slice of life, and I raise you one whole Seinfeld.
Yeah, that's fair. Fuck, I give up.
Walrus just holding his head in his hands, going, "How do I go on?" This changes everything.
No, but I mean, what's done in Metalocalypse cannot be realistically done, even though all the characters are human.
Yeah.
The actions and events couldn't be realistically done. Like, say,
Right.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force, you could arguably, well, now thinking about it, you can't really do much of that in a live audience.
Mega Ultra Chicken.
First
All right.
episode, you got like Super Bunny hopping around or whatever.
Yeah.
But we're
just gonna ignore the fact you're gonna cause the argument on whether or not Frylock is black or not.
Dude, Frylock is black.
You think it's that simple? But fucking apparently no. You saw what they've done to Brandon.
So is Piccolo, though. Like, it's just like universally understood.
To me, Piccolo's not black; he's green.
Thank God that one person isn't here. Otherwise, we would go back to the fucking Knuckles argument.
Yeah,
he will die on the hill that Knuckles isn't black.
Knuckles, come on, guy. I'm just putting my hands up in the air, like, really? Like, just they invented it by having fucking Elba play him. What the fuck is his
Idris
first name?
Elba?
Thank you, Idris. Having Idris Elba voice him. Come on, it's cemented now.
Yeah.
It is law.
Like, I mean, yeah, I don't mind with people saying Piccolo's black. It's just, to me, Piccolo's not black and he's not white. He's green. He's Piccolo.
Also, Samurai Jack has the pass. Not my rule. Sorry. He is voiced by a black actor. So he also voices Kratos.
Yeah. No, I was about to say Kratos as well.
Yeah. He's got a great voice.
I don't think I'm the one to have authority over that concept.
What the pass? Oh, I'm just fucking around. I am merely a silly little am I allowed to use slurs against my own race, or is that a no-go?
I think you could say honky.
Okay. I am simply being a silly little honky. Put a little bit of lilt, a little bit of the sauce on that.
Yeah, the swass.
Swouse.
I know why city boys don't drive lifted trucks. House.
God.
Oh, I gotta fucking listen to that now.
Another thing I used to hear on iFunny every other fucking day. Ain't got no swouse.
Oh, speaking of Piccolo, it's Piccolo in anime. Dragon Ball. Really big fan of that. You know what? No, we'll come back to that later. I want to talk more about Adult Swim first, because Adult Swim has got a lot of great hits.
Yeah.
I watched the Venture Bros, and that was great.
Venture Brothers I didn't appreciate until later on in life. That was definitely one that was like, it was written for a more mature audience, not because of the jokes, but because of the content of the writing, honestly.
Like, I mean, if you really want a true appreciation of Venture Bros, you got to kind of had grown up with the content it's parodying, you know?
Yep.
One of your literal characters is Johnny Quest, but he's like a druggie, you know?
Yeah. I did actually grow up with Johnny Quest, funny enough, and some other Hanna-Barbera shit. I think that was partly spawned from Boomerang being on Cartoon Network, and so we got exposed to those Hanna-Barbera shows as a kid.
Yeah.
Like legit.
Another thing, sorry for getting sidetracked, but another thing I was scared of as a kid was on Boomerang. They had their Justice League segment. They had
oh my god.
They had a little session right before they would show Justice League Unlimited or whatever, where it was the action figures and the smoke, and they had this robot voices like, "You are now about to watch Justice League Unlimited," or whatever.
Oh my god, bro.
And that scared me. I was like, no, I want Bugs Bunny. I want cartoon.
You know that old that gif of the old Sprite commercial with Drake where his head just fucking explodes in like different panels and like Sprite flies out in different directions and shit? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I just had that happen. You just did that to me with that fucking core memory. That, wow. Talk about Boomerang, it's all coming back to you. Fuck that shit. That blows my didgeridoo or whatever other Australian words.
No. One of the ones I'm kind of digging at the moment, but I can't watch because they actually removed it off of HBO Max, is Squidbillies.
Oh my god, that's another one that wait, I didn't watch it as a kid mostly because the animation was dog shit, but it's done that way on purpose.
It definitely applies.
Kind of like how movies was.
And well, my foot is a damn second penis. I always quote this one way or another.
It helps. It took me watching Aqua Teen Hunger Force to understand, because initially I didn't like Aqua Teen, Because it's like, I don't like any of the characters. I don't like Frylock.
Same.
I don't like Carl. I don't like Meatwad. And then I realized you're not supposed to like them. You're
Yeah. Basically.
I was like,
And
okay, this is more enjoyable. You're here to watch them suffer.
Seems like
In a way.
everyone makes that same mistake.
Same thing with like Beavis and Butthead. You're
Oh,
getting into
yeah.
their misadventures, but it's like, no, they're not supposed to be role models. They're supposed to be like
They're
anti-role
shitheads.
models.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Speaking of Beavis, Mike Judge has been doing wicked good with the new Beavis and Butthead, and it's got me having high hopes for the new King of the Hill.
It has he or anyone else confirmed that King of the Hill is coming back?
Oh, dude, they already leaked the first 2 episodes' names.
Oh my god. No fucking way. I gotta go back and finish the last couple seasons of King of the Hill then. Damn.
Yeah. The new
God, any chance, every time I think about Mike Judge, I just think about that one fun interview. That one interview he had, which is the origin of Boomhauer's voice.
Oh my god, that was so fucking great. I love that video.
How's that go?
It's like the Boomhauer is inspired by someone that kept calling him over Beavis and Butthead because he was working on that show.
Yeah.
And like he was just really like offended by it, but for some reason like he thought
them kids don't need to be watching that crap, man.
for some reason he kept calling it Porky's butthole.
Yeah, fucking turn on the TV and my kids are sitting there watching Porky's Butthole, man. It is such a goddamn funny. Like I can't listen to it without getting in fucking stitches. It is so goddamn funny.
That's the interview, but then he posts the actual like
phone call.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm about to play both of these.
Yeah, I'm about to fucking listen to. Oh my god.
No,
Fucking classic.
Yeah, I'm looking, and the first 2 episodes seem to be called Return of the King and the Beer Story.
Hell yeah.
So it's looking to be good. And I like how they didn't make Bobby a loser going in. He might have some stuff going not so for him, but they didn't make him a stay-at-home soy boy or whatever, which is nice. It's good to see characters getting good progression.
Dadgummit, they're putting chemicals and make the freaking propane gay. God damn it. Oh, Alex Jones reference is very nice.
Yeah. It is true. I know we love to meme them, but they did it. It was true. There were chemicals that did make the frogs gay.
Damn. Good for them.
I remember that I was shown the video in my high school biology course. It was runoff from what's it called? Fertilizer runoff in California that went into the water, and it forced male frogs to like start mating with other male frogs and laying eggs and whatnot.
Damn.
Created a complete hormonal off balance. And it's weird because now I teach that same biology class.
It's when Alex Jones presented it in such a way, because he's already unhinged and off the deep end. You can't take what he says seriously.
No, you can't. You can't.
It's like the boy who cried wolf times 10.
No, exactly. No, you can't. But I don't know. I'm trying to think of stuff I can do for conversation at this point in time because I've kind of lost track of what we were talking about.
You were about to go on a tangent on Dragon Ball earlier. You want to revisit that?
Dragon Ball. I'm a big Dragon Ball fan, but like Dragon Ball. Arguably, out of all the series, Dragon Ball Z, GT, Super, Daima, all that, my favorite's the original Dragon Ball. You got a funny little monkey boy on his adventures. Yeah.
And there's something very fresh and charming to that in the retelling of A Journey to the West in that form. And he's got this interesting Akira Toriyama built this interesting world that's like between like these people don't have that much technology, and then capsule technology and stuff like that. People living in like old kingdoms and rural communities, and then boom, futuristic cities and shit, and
Mhm.
androids and whatnot. And Goku was a fun, silly character, and uh, I wish some of the characters didn't like sort of fall off the wayside for basically just the Goku show, Z and on.
Oh yeah,
Um, you know, like Tien being one of them.
he's
Which
great. He's great. He's arguably like at the end of Z, Krillin was arguably the strongest, but
yeah,
end of or in Super, because like Krillin stopped working out and became a police officer and whatnot. Tien kept working it. Tien was the best.
yeah. After he got his fucking uh gorgeous android wife, he just sort of let himself
I was
go.
like, dude,
But
I did it.
Tien's on the grind. Tien ain't no fucking soy boy. He's a fucking Sigma 3-eyed male.
Dude, I did it. Why did I work out this entire time? To get a hot girlfriend. I did it. I got a kid. I don't need to do it anymore. But no, I mean Tien was great, and then they forgot about him. I think a lot of the interesting things about Dragon Ball can occur to like Toriyama just forgot about it.
Yeah, dude, fucking the case of Toriyama forgot it only paled in comparison by Araki forgot
Mm.
in JoJo's, like legit.
Like Beast People in the original Dragon Ball, and like maybe
Oh
early
yeah,
episodes of Z, they were Beast People, just humans who were like, or the Beast Men or whatever. And then
yeah.
they stopped appearing, and a fan asked about it, and it's like, oh shit, I forgot about it. It was a trend. It was a fad. People had pills that made them become beast people, and then it stopped being cool. So they stopped.
Imagine fucking forget taking hormones for transitioning. What about goddamn Animorph pills? Oh man,
There's
that's really what I
werewolves.
want my health care for. Oh my god, that's right.
There were
Yeah,
werewolves
yeah,
in Dragon Ball because one of the original antagonists was a wolf man, and
yeah.
he was like, he had a vendetta against Goku and Roshi because they blew up the moon while he was in his wolf form, so he couldn't go back.
Yeah, and then Toriyama used the moon as like a catalyst for the what the hell is the name of the ape form?
Uzaro.
Uzaro. Thank you. His Uzaro form. That was pretty sick. They don't really touch much on that later down the line in the series because it gets overshadowed by other power scaling transformations. Like, obviously Kaioken kind of went out the window after Saiyan, and then
Mm-hmm.
Saiyan 2,
Well, it was,
you know,
wasn't Uzaro like a 10 times multiplier or something like that?
I don't remember. I don't remember the exact power scaling numbers. That's some like arguing with the other middle schoolers shit, man.
Oh,
I love when Akira Toriyama just kind of like gave people the finger just for them constantly bringing up power levels when like it literally doesn't matter.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It gets so astronomically goofy, like to say that between the Saiyan saga, Frieza saga, and then Boo, Goku went from over 9,000 to over 1,000,000,
mm-hmm.
and then over 1,000,000,000. Midway through Boo saga, it's like who fucking cares anymore? What's the point of keeping up?
Yeah.
You
Like
know?
I think it just had the unintended effect of like making every other anime think they need a power system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
some of them.
Like
Um,
like I will always clown on Hunter x Hunter fans that like they'll say the show is great. Like yeah, it's great, but then like you ask them about, they'll always meet ride Nen, but then the moment you ask them how it works, they just immediately go blank. Like they, like your final challenge, explain Nen without the wiki.
And that, now I, as a big fan of Hunter x Hunter,
Same.
it being my second favorite anime of all time, I do have to agree with you on that. It is a wee bit convoluted. Though I still enjoy it as a fighting mechanic and power system through the series. It's, it it feels it doesn't feel as wild and out there as Chakra from Naruto does.
Mhm.
It feels more controlled and with a set amount of rules, even though some of the rules are silly as fuck. It has more rules, it feels like.
Yeah. Like
Yeah, but
like with Nen, you can
sh-
awaken it, or you can have it occur naturally, or you can force it out and stuff like
You
that.
you can strengthen it by taking special contracts with yourself, and that's how
Kilo
Kurapika did it.
Karapika, yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of implies that chakra even matters that much either.
Bro, might fucking guy.
No,
Fucking ninjutsu, never fucking heard of her. I'ma punch a man through the fucking face into another man through his fucking face.
taijutsu specialties, dog.
And once everyone learned that Mike Guy was just like the biggest fucking Chad of the whole series, they're like, wait a minute, we can do something with that. And then you got One Punch Man and Mashal
Dude, ow.
and Black Clover.
I just watched Mashal, like season 1 of Mashal, because that's what I have
Yeah.
on Netflix. I gotta be honest, it was solid, but it wasn't like an absolute peak cinema. It wasn't, as the kids call it these days, Kino.
I was
It's
like
true.
the whole time watching, I was just like, damn, this really is more like Black Clover.
It's true. It still boils
It's
down
solid.
to it's great. I love the humor. It it doesn't get much deeper than surface level about like the emotional and just like the dramatic impact that you can sometimes see with Black Clover, but it is a more lighthearted show.
Mhm. No, I
But
think it's
it's
supposed to be parody first, you
Like
know?
I'm
yeah.
not like I'm kind of in this moral conundrum. I'm kind of in this weird conundrum with like modern anime where it's like shit like Jujutsu Kaisen I could not care about, but like Black Clover,
Same,
Masho, like
weirdly enough.
I could be like, yeah, I fuck with this. Like
Sometimes
really the only like shonen or I guess anime I could even watch consistently is like it's like Demon Slayer, but even then that's really only because like arcs come out like all at once.
Yeah, that's more of a problem of the how it hits you.
Dude,
Just the because
I get that.
we're no longer waiting for the next episode with bated breath every Saturday on Toonami. We're now just waiting for shit to come out in
Bulk.
bundles or whatever.
Dude, I just watched, I also think that writing, the people who are like authors, it's completely different era. Like I just watched, I was on a huge binge because I was on a school winter break, didn't have my computer, because I was building a new one, waiting for parts to get in.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, what am I gonna do? You know what? I'll just watch some shows. I watched Rising Impact, Uncle from Another World, Mashal, Dr. Stone Season 3, and Parasite. Rising Impact was animated like 23, 24, but the actual story was written 1998 to 2002, I want to say. And Parasite, the animation was like 2014, but I want to say it was written like 1988 or something like that.
Shit.
1989 to 1994. And Rising Impact is a sports anime shonen about golf. And you're wondering, like,
Interesting.
how can you make golf interesting? It's arguably the most boring sport of all time.
It's up there.
But they do it through good character writing and an interesting application of the power system. It's like, no one character is necessarily stronger than the others because like intensive training, but
Yeah.
I don't know how to explain it besides just, you know, once you watch it, it makes sense. I liked it. I really enjoyed Rising Impact. And Parasite, dude, I love Parasite. After Parasite finished, I cried for an hour. Not because it was like sad or anything. It was like, damn, that was good. I've not watched anything that good in a long while. I was like,
Pretty glowing review.
and like, I mean, I binged it 2 days. So there's that binge issue that we were just talking about. But I binged it 2 days because it's like, I literally got nothing better to do. But it was so good that I didn't want to stop. Like the first day I watched it, I watched episodes 1. I was going to watch episodes 1 through 4. Then I was like, shit, I got to watch episode 5. Then shit, I got to watch episode 6.
Oh, yeah.
And then shit, I got to watch episode 7. And then shit, it's like 12 o'clock. I got to go to bed.
Yeah.
I think the only other show I watch outside of the ones I stated earlier is like, I started watching Hajime no Ippo.
Oh,
Bro, goated.
I heard so many good things about that.
During like the first during one of like the big snowstorms that happened, I just like kept watching that,
dude.
And it's like I got to like one of the big, like it's Ippo fighting like the guy that constantly grapples to like win through technicality. And like that one is like super like interested, like, oh, is he really gonna like try to get like one knockout, just like prove himself? Because like he was like already like ahead, through points, but
it's pretty cool. Hajime no Ippo is pretty cool because boxing itself is a very technical art, and you don't think of it that way because you think of most fighting as dudes just slugging each other, but there is an art to hitting the shit out of someone. First, are you an in-fighter or an out-fighter? Where do you position yourself? How are you going to counter? Are you going to dodge? Are you going to block? And there's more and more as you keep going down the line. And Hajime no Ippo was written very well, and it has a good sprinkle of comedy and absurdity in there, in with like just like how this scrappy kid just becomes a fucking phenom at boxing because he was sick of getting picked on.
Yeah.
And it's fucking the term kino is very appropriate here. Hajime no Ippo is in my top 10 easily. And I still haven't finished it.
And I'll let you continue. I just want to make an argument as well. Also, 1989 starting point.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Serialization started way long ago.
But that's another one of those older animes.
Yeah.
It's also the one dub that doesn't make me want to like start tweaking.
Dude, the dub's pretty damn good. Even like the first episodes of the dub back in like the 90s with fucking Takamura sounding like this, Ippo.
Yeah.
Which I love his fucking stay now sort of voice. It weirdly works well for him.
Oh, I love the not Hunter x Hunter. Hunter x Hunter dub was fine. Hakusho dub, the Yu Yu Hakusho dub was great.
Goated. Absolutely goated. The uncut version, just hearing Urameshi scream out, "Hey, Earth to toddler bitch!"
Urameshi, you wanna come smoke some meth with me?
Urameshi, guess what? Super Idol to show go baby.
Urameshi, you know who else wants to catch those blasted Power Rangers? My mom.
No, but it was a good dub.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, again, it's a classic combat show, and it does so in such a well way. And I love shutting off my brain for some stuff. Like, I can see why a lot of people wouldn't like Baki the Grappler. I enjoyed it.
It is certainly an acquired taste, but one thing I'll say it has going for it is its absurdity, in the same vein that JoJo has its absurdity going for it.
But this is me going back to the boxing thing.
Mhm.
being super technical. I watched what was it called? King and Ashura. I watched King and Ashura, and that was one of the ones that I got super into. I really loved that show. And I can see why a lot of people wouldn't like it because it's animated in CG. Like the full thing is 3D animated.
Yeah, that can be quite polarizing, and I understand why, but, you know.
Once you get past like episode 3 though, you don't even realize it. And it works so well because it takes fighting in a much more realistic approach than like Baki.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because Baki is over the top with everything.
Yeah. Baki has Kengan has stronger people, almost arguably, if like you ignore Yujiro Hanma.
Yeah. Barring Yujiro Hanma, with Japanese Chuck Norris, but the Chuck Norris that we built off of the mythos of his Chuck Norris jokes.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I know nothing about Baki, but I just know like he is the one character that can beat Looney Tunes bullshit.
He is that guy.
You ain't that guy, bro. He is
Yujiro Hanma is that guy.
No, Yujiro Hanma is better than that guy, and that's the scary part.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine getting gaslit that you didn't kill the one person.
True.
He just hits you like no.
The fucking invisible food.
Oh my god, yeah, that scene, that
and it made sense in the context of it.
Yeah.
I keep seeing it posted, but yet I still don't know what the fuck it's about.
It's invisible food.
Yeah, it
just is.
It will make sense if you watch, trust me. It's same with how I didn't understand half of JoJo until I watched him. Like it's still just as bizarre, but it makes sense now. Yeah.
No, but the fighting styles are more realistic in King and Ashura, which creates a good joy. And there's no one outright who's like a boxer, but you can appreciate and understand every single move that is going in there.
Mm-hmm. Hajime no Ippo is how I learned about the Dempsey roll and how that Jack Dempsey was an actual boxer. I thought that shit was kind of cool.
No, Hajime Ippo is one of those ones that's on my list. It's a bit lower because I got a lot of stuff I want to get through.
That's totally fair. It's definitely one of those when you start it, it is a little slow the first couple episodes, but it builds momentum and you will not want to put it down for a while.
Oh, that's the same with shoot, we were just talking about it. Tagashi, your favorite, Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I could see someone watching 3 episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho and then dropping it.
Yeah.
Like I watched like the first half of the first episode, Surprised to be Dead. I got to the point where like he was in the fire and had to save the egg or whatever. Maybe it was like the start of the second episode. I was like, I don't really know about this. It's not that great.
The buildup is definitely worth it. And the episodes quickly get more tense. Like I remember the first episode that introduced Kurama, that was I think one of the first episodes of Yu Yu Hakusho I watched as a kid, and that it scared me as a child with how tense it was.
Yeah.
It weirdly. And then watching it back as an adult, it's still pretty tense, like the stakes involved.
Like I mean, I would say the toughest part about getting through Yu Yu Hakusho is getting through the first season, which is Spirit Detective Saga.
Yeah.
But then you get to Dark Tournament, and that's as the youth say, Kino.
As the youth say, Kino.
Oh yeah.
Chapter Black
100%.
was good.
I enjoyed Chapter Black quite a bit.
Yeah. I feel like it just fell off ever so slightly at the end, the final fight.
No, I agree. I'm with you on that.
But it's like
sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Tagashi, I feel like he wrote himself into a hole just a little bit with that, in terms of like, if you've seen the end of Naruto, spoilers for the anime that ended in like 2016, Madara was written to be such a tough character that no one could have beat him, so they had to have White Zetsu betray him to bring in Kagura. Like no one could beat Madara. That was just it. That was the issue with Naruto.
Kishimoto did definitely write himself into a corner there.
And I think that with Sensui, he wrote himself into just a hole, because there was many times in which I was watching the Chapter Black, I was like, how is Yusuke gonna do this? How is he gonna win?
Yeah.
And it ultimately, in the end, it came down a little bit to that, but yeah. It was still earned. It was just like not as much, I guess.
Right.
Three Kings was fine. It was definitely a bit slower in terms of the intensity or whatever.
It was an interesting turn for the pace of the story.
Mm-hmm.
Not my favorite ending, honestly. I feel like it could have ended better. I don't think it was bad necessarily, but it wasn't definitely wasn't as good as the rest of the show.
I don't think it was the best ending, but the arc did wrap up a lot of potential loopholes and let characters be seen again and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what's Shabby, we've been really ignoring you a lot, so if you got anything you want to say.
I've just been thinking a lot about stuff, but like,
yeah, I hope I'm not shutting you down, homie. Like, I don't mean to.
Like, it's just I don't have much else to say. Like, the only other thing I've seen anime wise, like, I saw through like most of the original Mobile Suit Gundam series, and like it was like a friend wanted to watch it on a server, and like we just watched it through like the movies, which just summarizes it. Which he just says like it's the most definitive way to watch the original show, but
I see that. Like almost kind of like Madoka Magica, I guess. They released Madoka Magica is like 2 seasons, like 24 episodes, but then they released a movie for movie 1, movie 2, and movie 3, and movie 1 and movie 2 recap essentially the first 24 episodes, and movie 3 is its own thing. That's the conclusion.
Huh.
I enjoyed Madoka Magica.
As someone who naturally grew up with the magical girl genre, I understand the appeal of Madoka Magica. It's funny, I never actually finished it. I need to.
I had a friend like message me at like midnight asking if Madoka Magica was actually getting added to Fortnite. They saw a post on Twitter and it's just like, wait, are they really adding it? I was like, I haven't heard of it.
If there was a season, that would be the season.
It's true. Right up there with Miku, the ultimate magical girl.
Yeah,
truly.
There's a
Miku was just a litmus test to see if we really are about that life, and we are.
It's true. No, dog. One of my first cartoon crushes was Usagi, Sailor Moon. Fucking straight up. And like I as a little baby boy, I kind of just sat through Sailor Moon waiting for
her to transform so you could see some things.
Yes, that's what my 5-year-old brain was about. Absolutely. Finally, the transformation midway through, I could peek at a coach. No. I would wait for Mobile Suit Gundam and Dragon Ball Z to come on Toonami, and like inevitably I would just like sit through it and wait, and I'm like, whatever, I'll watch it. And then I start getting invested into the show as a wee baby child.
And then
Couldn't,
and then her
couldn't
off.
tell you half of what the show was about, though, to be perfectly honest. I forgot so fucking much.
I feel like I'm surrounded by people that have seen Sailor Moon, but yet never actually like seen it myself.
I haven't actually.
Damn.
Maybe if I was to do XX3, which is my theoretical anime review, we watch 3 episodes at a time and then review those at a time, or then doing the whole series or whatnot. Maybe Sailor Moon would be on that.
Right.
But oh shoot. One trend I have never liked, and if I see it occur in a show, especially occurs in anime, that I've not liked is the character is actually descended from, the character starts out as a no one and then they're actually descended from like a high power royalty or whatever.
Yes, Naruto.
Like, Yusuke, yeah. Naruto's Naruto's a nobody, but his dad was ninja
Hokage,
president.
Yeah.
Yusuke's dad. Yusuke was a nobody, but guess what? His dad was actually gonna be like the Demon King or whatever.
I think that's the biggest part that turned me off to the last season of Yu Yu Hakusho, actually, was that whole schlock. Because personally, I think there are ways to do that reveal and that sort of trope well. I mean, look at Dragon Ball Z. I think revealing that he's part of a totally different race,
Yeah.
that of alien warriors. I think, there's
it
cool
opened
and
up the
fun ways
world,
to do it.
but also Bardock was like low level.
It's true.
Sure, he unlocked the Super Saiyan form, but he also like instantly died against Frieza.
Yeah.
So, but Rising Impact, it's revealed, oh, his dad had a special gift or whatever.
Yeah, you'd probably hate Bleach.
I'd say I still enjoy those shows. It's just like, I love the notion of the underdog. It's great to see someone who comes from nothing or a complete outcast or whatever truly build herself up to be the best from their own talents.
Right.
The big gimmick of like Bleach, since I really don't think any of you would actually like sit through it as like high school me did. It's just like, oh man, there's this whole new race of thing. Hey Ichigo, guess what? You're also that.
Yeah.
You're also that.
Ooh, Ichigo. Ooh.
Ichigo Kurosaki. Guess
God damn
what?
it,
You get the pass.
God damn it, he's Skull Reapers. Hey, guess what you are? Fullbringer. Hey, guess what you are? Hollows? Fullbringers? Quincy?
Oh,
like
Espada. Oh.
If it's done right, it could be fun. But again, it's just like, you got this little boy, little stupid dumbass, and he's built it up his entire self, and now all of his accomplishments are no longer his own. It's because his father was half asshole or something like that. So now he's got super farts or whatever.
Oh, dude, who? Spoilers to my backstory.
No, but
I would be severely disappointed if they found out your dad is actually Brad Pitt.
I'll say I look nothing like the fucker.
Exactly. Your life got fucking retconned.
No,
where's my Angelina Jolie dad?
Like
that needs to be retconned.
New Star Wars trilogy.
You need to learn.
New Star Wars trilogy. I kind of digged it when Rey wasn't daughter of Obi-Wan, daughter of Luke, daughter of whoever. She was kind of her own thing, and then now she's actually like the daughter of a failed clone of Palpatine or something like that.
Yeah,
it's like,
that was J.J. Abrams and the writers just absolutely thundershat all over that. That was goddamn garbage. And I liked episode 7. I thought it was fun. I was
Yeah,
like,
I
you know
was
what?
excited to see how the rest of it kind of goes.
And it just went off the fucking deep end so bad. It was wow.
I
Just
remember people were excited. It's like, oh, this is the guy who wrote Lost.
yeah,
As someone that was shown,
as in he lost the goddamn script on the way to the fucking studio, goddamn jackass.
Yeah.
as
Fuck
someone that
'em.
was shown the original trilogy and then like the prequels, like, I don't know if I'm ready to watch the sequel.
Nah, so you can go
You're
your life
honest,
without watching it.
yeah, you really can. If you're morbidly curious, I mean, episode 7 is fun, but it is slightly Disney-fied.
I just
Though
can't.
not as bad as the rest of it.
Like the back of my mind, I'm just gonna be thinking the same thing as watching like the sequels. Like this feels like they're literally making it up on the spot.
Yeah.
I would argue that even though Lucas probably was, at least it was still his brainchild, you know? And I talking
Hmm.
about Star Wars, it's really funny how people theorize that the beginning of the end of Star Wars was all with Jar Jar, and and don't get me wrong, I see why, but at the end of the day, it wasn't supposed to be like a super serious movie, though. There was supposed to be some lighthearted fun to it, and that was part of the element that Jar Jar brought to it. It's just weird that it was juxtaposed with like space politics in episode 1, and then you have fucking crazy ass space hot rodding races, which by the way, pod racing fucking fucks. It is the coolest goddamn shit. I am so mad they've not made a pod racing game in like 20 fucking years.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah,
God damn.
you wanna buy the whole arcade cabinet?
Uh, if I had the room, sure, fuck it. I'd throw it in my basement. Uh, Dude, playing that shit on the Nintendo 64 though, man, what a good fucking game. It was hard as fucking rock dicks, but it was fun. Man, oh man.
Yeah.
We got any
Oh,
more tangents we want to talk about?
speaking of old arcade games, we'll finish up soon. We're like an hour 22 into this, so
Okay.
we'll probably go for like an hour 30. If you guys have anything you want to talk about, you can feel free to go ahead and bring it forth.
I personally don't at the moment. Shabby.
Fuck, my mind just went blank. But like, was episode 1 like just having? I don't know if he would qualify as like the trope that you hated, Walrus, but I guess not. But like, he kind of does act like a prodigy, where like he pretty much just hit the space Pentagon.
Some Anakin. I
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't mind that for Star Wars because one, uh, he was an unnatural birth. He didn't have a father. He was space Jesus. You know, it was the Force who impregnated her
Basically.
or whatever. So it's like, okay, that's interesting. It's not like his father was the one.
The first space Jesus.
Exactly. It's not like his father was space Jesus, but he was the space Jesus. I don't mind the concept of there being a super strong one. But I like to see it be the first one. Like,
Yeah.
if Naruto's dad wasn't Minato and he was just that and he learned to master karma and get all that done, right? By himself without any genetic lineage or whatever, I'd be cool with that, and I'd be cool going into Boruto because I knew to expect it.
Sure.
But no. So I don't mind that for Anakin. For Luke, it wasn't used as a form to power him up, but rather a way to contradict his very understanding, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like, okay, I've never known my parents, and I've never really gotten stories about it, and now the space Hitler is literally my dad, and I don't know how to feel about it. Like,
And it also contradicts what he understood Obi-Wan had told him.
exactly.
But through technically lies of omission. leaving specific parts out about the story, which I'd be fucking pissed. I'd be like, you goddamn fucking space hobo. You didn't tell me that my fucking dad was goddamn space Caligula. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Killed the younglings.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's not used as a power up. It's used as a plot device almost. Not a plot device. That's not the right words. But you get what I'm saying. With a lot of these shonen like Bleach, it's used as a power up. It's like, okay, my dad was.
It's plot armor.
Exactly. Yes.
I think that's the difference. It's an excuse to keep the protagonist alive or viable for whatever reason, or just
give him more power ups.
It does remind me. I felt stupid when in the Fellowship, Frodo literally had plot armor.
Yeah.
Yep. It's true.
Well, like you established it before, but it's like, oh, is that where the phrase comes from?
Yeah. Star Wars has a solid power system in the form of the Force, in my opinion, because it's so simple. Literally anything you could do for better connection to the Force in training. If you have a connection to the Force, anyone can do it. Force lightning, it's frowned upon in the Jedi behavior, but it's accepted in Sith behavior. You gotta be super strong to do it, but theoretically anyone could do it. I like that.
Right.
It's realistically possible for anyone.
Oh my god, it's like Avada Kedavra, but not stupid.
If only it wasn't made by cringe woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, during the whole Star Wars arc, I kind of just did keep making comparisons to Harry Potter just because like that's what I grew up with.
I did read the Harry Potters.
Fair enough. You didn't miss much.
1 through 4. I only read 1 through 4. I got to 5. I was like, eh.
Yeah. Besides, everyone knows the movies are better.
Oh, excuse me.
What? Said Dumbledore calmly.
It's got. There is like a weird similarity I noticed between like Harry Potter and Naruto fans.
Yeah.
Like both of them are like really. Both series are just really painfully average, but it's just like right place at right time. It just became like
it's the staples of their genre. When you think of anime, arguably there's gonna be the first things that come to mind for a majority of fans which were introduced are gonna be like either Dragon Ball, Naruto, or like Sailor Moon. Those are arguably like the 3 major ones you think anime. Right. And when you think of fantasy, especially wizards, the one most people were introduced to is Harry Potter. And it holds such a prevalence in our modern society that it makes sense that it's cringe as fuck.
Yeah, it did have a pretty big impact on media, for sure.
Oh, another power system that it's a personal preference, but I really do enjoy when a power system is balanced in the terms that everyone is reasonably able to achieve those powers. Another one I really loved, alchemy from Full Metal Alchemist.
I need to watch Full Metal Alchemist. I don't know why.
What?
I know.
No way.
I know. I don't know how I haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist. I've been told to watch Brotherhood. I know.
Dude.
Watch along with my server.
XX3. There we go. We'll have you in for XX3. We'll watch Full Metal Alchemist.
Whenever I have the time to set aside for that, sure. I'm down.
I mean, we could watch again. We could watch it as a group. We could watch it as individually in our sets of episodes, and record just a brief review, as I like to call it, a backseat review.
Yeah.
Dude, it's good. Like, I hate to sound so hipster, but I try to avoid shows that are top ranked and highly regarded all of the time, because I almost feel like I might be let down a bit when I get to it. Like one I haven't watched is Death Note, because everyone talks so good about Death Note. I'm like, I don't want to watch it. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I understand
And
it.
I know if I, sorry if I'm interrupting, but like,
No, go ahead.
I know if I do watch it, I will enjoy it. But I don't want to watch it because everyone talks so well about it all the time.
Right.
I'm the exact same way, but it's just dependent on if people talking about it are a little too annoying.
Yeah.
That affects it too. I think
I would be found dead before watching Evangelion.
Yeah. But I watched Full Metal Alchemist. And I'm like, yeah, no, it deserves the hype. It was that good. The writing was good. It was smart.
It was that guy.
It was that guy. Same thing with Parasite. I loved Parasite because the writing was so well. Like, there's a scene at the very beginning featuring a guy, and it looks like one of those introduction scenes where it's just for flavor, and you don't see the guy again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, boom, episode 20 comes around, and now he's a plot-relevant character. And I'm looking at the lists a first list, IGN top 25, and I'm seeing common stuff that we've talked about and watched. Like there's Yu Yu Hakusho, there's One Piece, there's Hunter x Hunter, Mob Psycho.
Also a really good one.
Yeah. But man, I don't want to watch a Death Note for some reason. It's just, I don't know.
It's okay. Not my favorite.
I dig that. Well, you know what? Let's how about if we're cool to end it off, let's end it off by saying what is our favorite. What's our favorite thing that we've watched? It doesn't have to be an anime or whatever, but our favorite form of TV that we've watched.
I mean, honestly, probably to be a cliche fucking nerd, anime. Honestly, it impacted.
Oh, I mean, but what's your favorite fucking anime?
Okay, well then Yu Yu Hakusho. Second favorite being Hunter x Hunter, made by the same guy because he's just a fucking Chad like that.
He is. Shabby.
I think, no joke, Bleach is like I was joking about it earlier, but Bleach is like, it's the whole reason why I got started drawing again.
Mm-hmm.
And through that, it just kind of just made me what I want now, what I am now.
Damn. Yeah. Praise be to Kubo Sensei.
I gotta give it to like one of the ones that started me up, the original Digimon Adventure. Just
very nostalgic.
One of my earliest memories when it comes to sequential or sequitur based entertainment. It's like I remember watching like the 5th episode and not understanding everything, and I got interested though. The characters were cool, the concept was neat, and it was there. It was it. So, yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, man.
I want to thank you guys for coming out. I know Shabby was streaming, so thank you for anyone who was viewing during this time. Can't wait to see those in the episode on YouTube. If anyone has any suggestions for topics, feel free to let me know, and we'll try and bring it up. And I would love to see you here at Sloppyworld next time. Bye-bye.